So that's my sandwich, and I'm having chocolate mint smoothie and with lupin flour and some that green Daily Greens iced tea. So this is James's soup. He's having it with probably some pita chips. We'll see if he can. Let's see if the sodium. 12% sodium on that. And there's of course no sodium in his arugula juice, which he's gonna love, and his cherry strawberry smoothie.
You know, but you left out the most important ingredient in that cherry strawberry smoothie. It's the ice cubes.
The ice cubes, yes, I stick them in there. So that's the ingredients on this. What's exciting is look at that sodium. That's the highest I've ever seen in an instant meal. Very impressive.
Yeah, well, it's not exciting in a good way.
Yeah. So that's
that sodium, packaged foods.
Yes, it's incredible. So that's what James is having today.
Lots of salt.
Yeah. And
taking it with more than a grain of salt.
His it takes a lot to make arugula juice. So this is the size container. So that's 312 grams of arugula went into that cup. So
no, you juiced it, but the remainder of the stuff, what do you do with the?
I put it into the compost. So I put it into the yard. With the things before, what I used to do, not with arugula, but with lots of other things, make great foods. So, but arugula, I don't know. I never did with that. So, normally I wouldn't use it for him, but
you used to use it for what would you use the stuff left over the mass of stuff?
Well, coming up,
I mean, it's
this time of
important to
year,
have ideas like that for people. You know, they're doing.
So now his bowl of soup is, what was it, 83, and then plus the 12?
83%.
Wow.
So I'm getting 100% of my sodium.
Just in one meal. So now he can't have any other sodium for the rest of the day. So we'll see what that tastes like.
It'll taste great. You just watch.
So,
it's going to be pretty
much
warm
healthier.
Starting.
It's on carbonaut bread, so I can have it. It's keto. And this is basically like a salad on carbonaut. So I have avocado and my ruby red kraut, cilantro, red bell pepper, cucumber, and tomato.
Let me just move this over.
It's going to be so excellent.
So you can,
yeah.
It's within handy distance.
I'll just talk about this quickly and then put you over to James. So he's going to... Or do you want to talk about stuff first?
I'll talk about stuff first.
Okay, well, the soup cools. Okay, so I'll talk about this a little later. So James is going to talk about stuff and I'll eat.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Okay.
Good enough. So here we go. Pauline got this. This is a fresh new book from the Lethbridge Public Library, Crossings branch. Not our branch. Our branch is a homeless shelter, a halfway house kind of thing. There's a lot of people who are on the streets. They shouldn't be on the streets. We don't have a homeless shelter where people can go, I think, for 24 hours a day. So they come over to the library, and I think so. They just let them loose on the streets. And, you know, like you've seen a couple of incidents, but recently that were quite serious in the library. Right? We don't pay for that exposure. So what I say, when you've got people out on the streets, and they should be confined somewhere, the average citizens are in jail, as it were. People who are going to, wasn't there some degree of physicality in one of the confrontations or something like that?
There was one where a man was threatening the female. I think, is there only one female security guard there?
Oh, they've had
others?
different ones.
Well, anyway, he was threatening her. I think he thought she was a man. She's very tall. She doesn't look anything like a man.
But no.
She's very feminine looking.
Yeah, and though she's tall, the average guy could snap her in half. Mm-hmm. Because she's not, I wouldn't say she's too thin, but I don't think she does weight training. And no evidence of steroid abuse or anything like that. So
I felt worried for her because she's very, very nice.
I'd worried for everyone in there when you've got people threatening security guards, because you don't know if they're going to go postal or whatever. Stuff like that does not belong in a library, especially a library where they've got kids coming in. It's not on that floor, but they're allowed up. They could be with their parents on the main floor. It's absolutely shameful. Their policy. They get paid apparently for the number of people coming through, or that's the way they're assessed.
We don't know that. You don't know that.
I said apparently. So we've heard that.
Somebody told me that.
Someone told me that, and I've heard it from what they'll say is, everyone has their rights to come in here and use it. Well, not to abuse it. And they keep on saying things like, oh, we've got a no tolerance policy, we keep track of whomever, and we've got like if people do too much, then they're not allowed back in. Well, are there that many homeless people that are problems that it just keeps coming on and coming on? You'd think it'd get better if they'd instituted a policy like that. Anyway, Norway's war. So Pauline ordered this up, and it's a new book, newly published.
I didn't order it. I put it on hold.
Okay.
I didn't request that they purchase
Buy it. No. I didn't mean to suggest that. Yeah. So I just woke up. I had first published 2025, but paperback edition. We'll just wait for that idiot to clear this area. Sounds like a motorbike. This paperback edition 2026, so it's a newly published. Yes. And I've read a fair amount. You'll notice I've been fairly kind to it. So, but I'm going to point out what I perceive as a problem. Why do people have to make nuisances of themselves? Like we should have noise bylaws for that kind of stuff. Why should people be allowed to blast their way through a town like that? It doesn't make sense. Like what I say applies here. I say it a lot. I'm going to keep on saying it. It's okay to have problems, but don't visit them on other people. If you like ripping around in cars that make too much noise, on motorbikes that make too much noise, go buy your own farm, or rent one for a day, and go ripping around and whatever. The neighboring cows might not like it, and I don't even like that idea of you bothering cows, but leave people alone. And of course, for many people, I'm afraid, that are into making those god-awful noise, and I'm using God with a lowercase g, so I'm not cussing. That's the whole point, let's see how many people I can annoy, because I've got Y chromosome, and I just like knowing it's a way of me proving my existence, seeing how many people I can annoy. Of course, for many guys like that, it's an improvement because it used to be, let's see how many people I can kill.
Well, anyway.
Anyway, big problem here is I've gone through enough of it to realize, so I've gone through 50 pages here, plus maybe some front material, 60 pages. And so they don't really, Robert Ferguson here, I should say, and he's written several books on Norway and Scandinavia and stuff like this. Then the life of Knut Hamsun. Knut means whip. It's the cognate in English is naut, which is kind of an old-fashioned word in English for whip. And he was a horrible person. He was a Norwegian who supported the Nazis, and I think he was allowed to survive World War II and kept on writing horrible stuff. He's supposed to be a wonderful novelist. I don't know Norwegian enough to read his stuff and give you an assessment, but one of these days, if I live long enough, I hope to do something like that. So here's a book on Henrik Ibsen. That's not Henry Gibson, it's Henrik Ibsen, Norwegian playwright, a new biography. Hammer and the Cross, a new history of the Vikings. So he's doing Scandinavian stuff. Scandinavians, in search of the soul of the North. What soul? I mean,
all right. So
Kierkegaard, Great Thinkers on Modern Life. That's a Danish philosopher. The Cabin in the Mountains, a Norwegian odyssey. So he knows about Norway. Mm-hmm. And, like, I've read, like, Winston Churchill's, I think it's the 6th-volume account of World War II. And, of course, there's a lot of stuff in his account, his personal, papers and stuff like that. And the British, when he was leading them, and even before, they did a lot of, he started, he wasn't, when World War II started, he wasn't in the cat's bird seat. But they were saying, do we go into Norway? Don't we go into Norway? Do we do a preemptive strike before the Nazis get hold of it? Yes, no. Yes, no, we're a democracy, we don't do it. But first and foremost, they were asking the Norwegians, let us in. No, we're neutral, which means your brains are in neutral. Your brain, when you're neutral, and the Nazis have been spewing out of the mouth for since about 1922, so more than 15 years, and they've been in power since 1933, and this is like 1939 into 1940, and you say we're neutral. You're stupid. Accent on both syllables. You're stupid. So this guy's talking about how heroic the Norwegians were. Like the Nazis invaded when they invaded Norway, they took over. You can see there's kind of like places where they invaded here.
Yeah.
These places, except for Oslo, you have to go a long ways up through Oslo.
Mm-hmm.
These places were taken over in less than a day.
Yeah.
With some loss of life. Oslo, it's great what they did there because they took out a large ship, the Norwegians did, and that would have helped the war effort. So I don't know if they show the ship foundering. It's it's not a very good picture, but it's dark.
All right, so eat your soup so that you can give a review of that. And I'm going to talk about this in a minute.
Preview, kind of like, but I already have problems with it. I'm sure I'm going to find all sorts of examples of heroism, but it's zeroism if you end up fighting a fight you don't have to fight. It's really stupid. So you can talk all you want about tactics and all this sort of stuff. Grand strategy is much more important than tactics. Grand strategy, if these guys hadn't been neutral, they could have been Pacific. They could have said to the Germans, well, yeah, and this applies to all the countries of the world that ended up fighting Germany. And Russia, the United States, all except England, they were fighting them, and France. But and really those guys, the conservative administrations that allowed Hitler to have this, that, and the other thing, they should have been standing firm and saying, you go into Czechoslovakia. That was before Germany really got its war machine going. You do that over our dead bodies. And they could have stopped Hitler. I mean, if they'd stood up, though, all these countries that ended up fighting against Germany had stood up to Germany right at the beginning. This is what the general staff of the German army and Air Force and Navy would have done to Hitler. Okay? Cut it off at its head, because they would have realized that they were going to be ruined, as they ultimately were.
All right. So I just bought that shrimp soup for James because yesterday I bought honey basically for free because it was 75% off, which crazy, hey? Honey 75% off? I've never seen that. And so it was 75% off, and if you bought 2 of them, then you got 4,000 points, and that equates to $4. So 2 of them was about $4. And so yeah, I got honey for free, and it was crazy. So I went back today to see if there was any more, because I'd left some way at the back. It was on the top shelf, and it was way at the back, and I couldn't reach it, and I was hoping that they'd pull it forward, but somebody did. Somebody who was taller pulled it forward and bought it, probably. So anyway, so I went today and I saw that, and I thought, well, James likes shrimp, we'll see what. I don't know, it was $3.50.
I'm going to especially like
so
it now.
Yeah.
After that, I've had real roughies worse than this, but
yeah,
that's arugula, not so bad.
Yeah.
Lettuce is awful.
Lettuce is awful.
Dandelion is
It's
awful.
pretty bad,
Dandelion.
So Redux. This is, it says, a mind-blowing multiverse movie that will make you believe in cinema again. Well, the whole multiverse thing, I hate it. So maybe a mind-blowing multiverse movie that'll make you believe in multiverse again, like that, but it doesn't. It's just a stupid multiverse movie. It is different.
Yeah.
It's about a woman who, her daughter has been murdered by a serial killer, and so she goes, she uses her multiverse traveling machine, and she goes after the guy in every universe. She goes after him and takes him out.
Yeah, Pauline mentioned that, and I thought, oh, this is going to be like Groundhog Day.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
she's looking for a universe where her daughter is actually alive, and she's looked through thousands, and nope, always been killed by this guy, and she ends up killing the guy. So anyway,
So you've kind of given it away, but we've
no,
got a
it's
Jay
given away
visiting
on the
it.
back,
Oh,
I
it is.
think, anyway.
Yeah,
Maybe.
Jay is visiting us.
Yeah, killing her daughter's murderer over and over again. So it
Oh,
says
okay,
that on
there
the
we go.
back.
It says
So
it
she
on the
runs, and in the back you see there's this girl. Well, so I'm not really giving anything away by saying
Okay, there we go. Good.
when she's traveling through time, she comes across another girl, like a potential victim of this guy. She's locked up in his house, and so he's going to take her out, presumably, and so she saves this girl, and the girl's
that's
tagging
nice.
along, and
Good.
then, yeah, and the story gets a little more interesting. They travel into another multiverse together, and
Okay.
but honestly, it's too long.
How long, roughly?
I don't know.
2 hours.
109 minutes. So a
Not
little
quite
bit too
two.
long.
Yeah. A little too.
I mean, especially for the content, right? You're seeing basically the same thing over and over again.
Yeah. Okay.
And
Yeah.
anyway, so I didn't care for the story.
So what was the acting like? Like
Well,
Bill
it's not
Murray is
great.
able to. Is it Bill Murray who's in Groundhog Day?
Yeah.
See, like he can take you along and that sort
Yeah.
of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's just... See, the main problem is I didn't mind this blonde woman as going after the guy and whatever. But the girl that she rescues, honestly, she's awful. I wouldn't want to... I'd rescue her because, I mean, you don't want to leave a girl to get serial killed. Whatever. That would be terrible. Just
Well,
like,
it's
oh, you
different.
seem awful. I'm just going to leave you here.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think
She's
I'd even
not-
rescue Donald Trump from a serial killer,
Sure.
you know?
But,
I'd think about it.
yeah, she's awful. I have a hard time just watching her, and I honestly, along the way, I'm kind of hoping that something happens. She's gone, and they don't really explain how, at the ending, how the woman ends up finding the girl. Presumably, she's just asked somebody like the woman in the restaurant or something, where, whatever. But how would she know? How would she, otherwise, like, unless that spot has been found, how would she know where the girl is? Doesn't make sense. So there's a lot of problems with this movie. It's definitely not worth watching. So, yeah.
That's one I weeded out. No,
Yeah.
I did the editing.
I asked James, do you want to watch this? And that sounds terrible. So,
She read some of the stuff off the back.
Yeah.
Once
No,
I
you
heard
didn't want
multiverse,
Yeah.
I was backpedaling.
Well,
like
that's just
crazy.
it. I don't think anybody likes the whole multiverse thing. It's like, it's when comic books decided to do that, they made a big mistake.
And you know where they got it from? Theoretical physics.
Oh my gosh, really?
Yeah, they have this idea,
It's so bad.
some of them, that there's many, many universes.
Well,
So,
it's bad.
blame theoretical physicists. Basically what they are metaphysicians, which is just bad religion.
Okay, so how's the soup?
Going down swimmingly.
Okay, so that's
Thank
good.
you for grabbing
So is that worth $3.50?
for the one time.
Okay.
And you brought an extreme discount, so
Yeah.
it's not like
well,
we're
that's it.
advertising for buying
No.
it.
No, that's-
And I feel
Well,
guilty.
I don't know if it's an extreme discount. It's just they said sale $6.99 and then 50% off. So,
Okay.
but I don't know if it's really
Anyway.
sale $6.99. It seemed expensive to me, but then I thought, well, shrimp, wonton, that's probably expensive too. So, I don't know. We don't get things like that. So, it's just a treat. Anyway,
We try not to get packaged food, but we do when it's extremely discounted.
yes,
Colleen's very good at
yeah.
not just finding
And, well,
them,
we
but
got-
watching them.
We got these for free from the library a while back. And they're terrible, James says.
They are, but I'm
And
kind
it
of liking
says
them.
that on
I'm
the
using
front,
them like
it's high in
croutons.
sodium too. So
Yeah.
both of these foods got the high in sodium warning.
Yeah, there we go.
And
So
he's
I'm
eating
getting
them
my full
together
day's dose and maybe a little bit
liking
more.
them. So,
They make good croutons. Way better than croutons, but
okay.
they're not much good, I think, for anything else.
All right.
So don't waste your money on
Mm-hmm.
stuff like this at full price.
Yeah, I don't know why anybody would. But yeah, I remember when I
People
was
buy the craziest things.
when
Why
I
would
was working.
people buy Big Macs?
Yeah.
Why do people shop McDonald's? That
I
stuff
know.
is horrible. It's the worst fast food of that type out there, except for Harvey's is a little bit different. That stuff is bleeding. It's practically fresh off the hoof.
Well, anyway, when I was working for the city of Grand Prairie, I had one of these little instant soup things, and I was going to heat it up in the microwave for my lunch, and a man said, "I won't let my wife buy those anymore." And I'm like, "What?" And he said, "Look at the sodium." And it was like 40-some%. And I thought, wow, that is high. But this is like 83.
I didn't catch exactly what type of food that was.
It was soup.
And where was that? Like,
It was
just
just
a
a
long
little-
time ago,
yeah.
like you were young?
Mhm.
This guy was somewhat old.
And I didn't look at things like that
No.
then.
Yeah.
I just was like, well, whatever, something to put in me while I'm working. Who cares, right?
When you're young, your body really doesn't care that much. But when you
Yeah.
get older, better start taking care of your body, or your body won't take care of you.
So yeah, I don't know. Maybe my sandwich, open face sandwich, had lots of sodium too. I mean, what with the ruby
Bread
red
has
kraut
a little bit of
and the
salt.
sodium. Yeah, the bread did have a little bit, but
That ruby
kraut,
red kraut, though, that
it's so delicious.
really good.
Yeah.
You can use it on a lot of things.
Mhm.
Sandwiches.
Very versatile.
Pauline had them on some sliders.
Yeah.
Those
you
things
like that.
disappeared so fast.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Mhm. So, anyway, do you just want to call it quits for today, or you want to talk about Norway's war a little
I
more?
could talk about Sudapalata, but
Okay.
how much? 5 minutes?
You have 3.
Yeah. Well, maybe we better just sign off.
All right.